Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hughes Sports Podcast. I am your host, Jake Hughes, alongside the real host, the old man, Kevin Hughes. How are you doing, old man?
I'm good. I'm surprised you just noticed that.
No, I noticed it right away. I'm a professional and I know how to, the real host.
Well, I am the real host. We all know that.
Right. This show would fall apart without you. So what are we talking about today, old man?
When I was away, did you do a show? No. And yes, I'm back in my beautiful studio in beautiful Maple Creek, back from our jaunt down south. Had a good time. Now it's time to get back and get some serious football talk. I was going to say hockey talk, but do we have to be serious when we talk hockey?
I think so, because this might be the most exciting the Canucks are for the next few months. This next week, because the trade deadline is next Friday.
And you know how much I just love trade speculation talk, right? Yeah, I mean, it's my favorite thing to do.
It could be worse.
What could be worse?
At least we have players we're thinking about trading.
Well, at least we're not sitting in the middle.
Yeah, completely. Honestly, we have a direction.
We do. Even if we don't like the direction, we have a direction.
Yes, correct. But before we get into that, we have a lot of news to go over. We have a lot of things to go over in the world of sports. Because a mere 4 days ago, we woke up at the crack of bloody dawn to watch the Olympics. I want to get your thoughts on the tournament as a whole, the quarterfinal or the semifinal and the quarterfinal, semifinal, and finals for the Olympics. Because the last time we spoke on air, we had recorded before the quarterfinals even took place, before the first scare of the entire tournament took place.
Oh, I guess it was, wasn't it? Or was it?
It was.
Yeah.
So what were your thoughts on the whole organization?
Quarters. We actually talked about the quarters.
We teed up the quarters. The quarters were on Wednesday, and we recorded on Tuesday. Yeah.
But then we did a show last week, Jake.
Last week that was last Tuesday we talked. Wednesday was the game.
There was 2 games. Yes, they just played.
There's 3. They played Wednesday. They played Friday. They played Sunday.
Wow.
I know it's felt like a long time since Sunday.
What's my thoughts on the entire tournament to start with, or do you want to break down each game?
Let's break down each game.
Okay, let's start with the quarter. Probably one of the most exciting games I've watched since 2010.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, we had the 2011 run with the Canucks. Probably had some exciting games in there, but I don't think there was anything quite like. There's nothing like best on best.
Correct.
Stanley Cup is not best on best. I've been into this discussion with others. Stanley Cup is never best on best.
No.
Best on best is Olympics and World Juniors for those 2 categories.
Or the World Cup when they bring that back.
Yeah, the 4 nations. Yes.
Well, they're not calling it the 4 nations for this next one. It's going to be a full World Cup.
It's going to be the 4. Hopefully it works out. I'm just worried, and I'll go into why I'm worried about that in a minute. But yeah, I think it was one of the most exciting games I've watched since 2010. End-to-end action had me on the edge of my seat. Angela, not even a hockey fan, on the edge of her seat, screaming and yelling at the TV. I won't comment on the profanity that was used. Of course, not from this guy, because I'm calm, cool, and collected when I watch hockey.
Of course.
So I thought, wow, that's like the best game I've watched in a long time. And then we watched the quarterfinal.
Or semifinal.
Semifinal. And I said the same thing. It was the most exciting hockey I've seen since 2010.
I've watched a lot of stressful hockey. I think in the semifinals was the most stressed I've been watching a hockey game in years.
Yes,
At least.
It's probably the most stressed I've been in since 2011.
Because Mikko Rantanen scored in the first, and then Eric Hollis scored in the second, and we were down 2-0.
Yeah.
And it was one of those, okay, we need one here in the second, and we didn't get one until there was 5 minutes left in the second.
Yeah.
And even then, I didn't feel confident because of the way Finland plays. Is they do that? They're so defensively sound, and that they counterattack.
Yes.
And our defensemen weren't as mobile as they probably could have been.
Yeah. When we scored in the second, my stress level did come down a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I started getting that confidence. We were holding play. And, but I mean, obviously not comfortable. When did we score in the third?
There was about halfway through the third.
Halfway through the third, we tied it up. Okay, now I'm way more comfortable.
Well, and not just that, but I do feel like you said, that kind of the last part of the second, and I don't know if it was just they tired out the Finns, or if they, whatever adjustments John Cooper, and I applaud John Cooper because he was constantly making adjustments.
Yes.
Whatever adjustments they made started to work.
Yes.
Right? And then in the third period, it was like, okay, things are finally working for us.
Right? We win it. I go crazy.
Yep.
And immediately started getting stressed for the gold medal game.
Well, there was that we scored the goal, and then instantly I, of course, freak out and celebrate because 30 seconds left in the game. Okay, we've almost got this. And then probably the closest offside challenge you could possibly have on something that 99% of the players didn't notice.
And
or of the watchers wouldn't have noticed.
No, nobody would have noticed that. Somebody upstairs for them must have obviously radioed down and said, I think that was offside. And they must have looked at it a million times before that, because there was a good minute late.
Well,
like a minute later, we scored.
Yeah, so I think no matter what, whether it was that close or not, I think Finland challenges that.
Oh, you have to challenge that.
You have to. Because if you don't, and then if you find out afterwards that it was close, you look dumb.
Yes. Now, having said that, let's reverse it. Let's say they score. It was Finland. Let's say Finland scores. And we look at that and they didn't. Do we not go absolutely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs?
Yes. In the moment, yes. However, I'd sit here a week later or almost a week later say it was probably the right call because that's too close to call. Because it has to be definitively overturned.
Yes, but as irrational fans that we are,
I would have been jumping up and I would have probably put a fist through a wall. I would have thrown a remote at a TV. Like,
see,
that's how pissed I would have been about it.
And you know what was funny? Like through all this, I was highly stressed. I was my heart rate, of course, was up in the hundreds during most of the games.
Yeah,
but there was no anger involved. I almost wasn't. No, I was irrational. But at no time did I get up and want to throw something or anything like that. Which if we go back 5 years from now, I would have thrown something through the TV.
I see. The thing is again, in that semifinal, I was more stressed, nervous stress than I was anxious energy.
Oh.
But the goal stands, and instantly the thought process is, okay, we've got this. We're facing probably the United States.
Yeah, it was pretty much I wasn't a guarantee, obviously, but there was a good chance it was going to be Canada-US once again for all the marbles.
One thing we didn't talk about in the quarterfinals, Czechia scores late to go ahead with 8 fucking players on the ice. Now, it all in all, it wasn't what's the word I'm looking for? There was no consequences to it. What would be the conversation we'd be having today if that goal stood as we lost that game?
Yeah. Come unglued. How 4 officials on the ice missed. Like nobody saw it.
No, like it took people on, and Thomas Drance talked about it. It took him 6 replays and someone texting him to say, "Hey, count how many players were on there on that block shot."
Yeah,
because it was one of those. There's no way. These officials are picked specifically because they're the best of the best, and it's a mix of double IHF refs, and NHL refs, and I think that's the problem. I think going forward, you choose one or the other because the calling standard is very different for both organizations.
Oh, totally. What's allowed in the NHL would never in a million years be allowed in European hockey. It's just not.
But you need to come up with a standard, and that's a standard you stick with.
Yeah.
So if you're going to go double IHF standard, okay, then you bring in the double IHF refs and linespeople.
Or bring in NHL, or one Olympics bring in the double IHF, and the next one you bring in NHL. Whichever way you want to do it.
Or it's wherever it's held. So if it's in outside of North America, it's double IHF rules, just like it used to be with the rink sizes. Double IHF for Olympic hockey. If it was held outside of North America, it was on the wider ice.
Yes.
When it came to North America, it was on the NHL standard ice. It's not hard to do. It's just I would much prefer consistent calls that are the same throughout the tournament than the changes in calls and the complaining from all of the different countries about different things.
Well,
because the fact
that the refs weren't very good.
No.
I hate saying the refs caused teams to lose, but my goodness, the hit on Crosby, not the one that injured him, and a lot of people are getting that mistake. Yeah. It was the one before he got hurt, which could have led to him being hurt. But how that was, I mean, I'll just pick on that one. How that, everybody in the buildings saw it. It wasn't like it was behind the play. It was right in the middle of play. How do you not call that? It's just bizarre land to me.
Again, we always talk about it. Don't put yourself in a situation where the refs can cost you the game. But I don't think that's a possibility when there's that many missed calls or just different pieces.
Oh, exactly.
Right? Like it was wildly inconsistent.
It's bizarre.
But now that takes us to the gold medal game. I'm waking up. We're waking up 5 a.m. Pacific time.
First off, it's 5 a.m. Pacific. The game was on at 6 Mountain Time.
Yeah, but 5 a.m. Pacific.
5 a.m. Pacific. So, which would make it early afternoon in Italy. Is that right?
6 here, noon, 2 o'clock Italy time.
Why would they not delay that by another 5 hours? There's no other things happening on the ice.
Well, no. Well, you have your closing ceremonies for one, but also when is primetime viewing on a Saturday or Sunday for footy in Europe?
Oh,
it's not 5 p.m. like it is in 5.
True enough, it's afternoon, isn't it?
It's early afternoon.
Yeah.
That from a European standpoint is primetime viewing.
But
My issue is,
where are you getting more viewers for hockey?
but it's, again, I understand that, but you're not gonna move the closing ceremonies because there's a chance that the Canadian and Americans might be in the final.
We have played hockey after the closing ceremonies,
but never at the same time. Never at the same time.
Yeah.
I think that's an IOC thing. Like, there's no events during the closing ceremonies.
It didn't make sense to me. It kind of makes a little more sense when you say it that way. I still think it's dumb.
But what I think is dumb, and I mean, there's a lot of things about the Olympics that are dumb, but you know, every now and again we'll share clips of NHL games and we'll get a slap on the wrist from the NHL and Sportsnet, being like, hey, don't, basically, as long as you're not showing the whole game, we're not going to take any action against you. If we showed literally more than 2 seconds of Olympic footage, we'd be shut down. And that's not just us. That's anyone who's not Sportsnet, TSN, CBC.
Yep.
So anyone if Vancouver Canucks wanted to show an Elias Pettersson or the EP40 highlights, they couldn't.
No.
Let's take all this momentum that you're gaining, because you've got the craze from heated rivalry. You've got the Four Nations that was last year.
Yes.
Right? You're building upon that, and you're building upon that. You're building upon that. And let's limit it to the nth degree.
Well,
and then it's ridiculous. I saw you grabbed a hat, so I'm going to have to ask you, what hat did you grab and why?
Literally walking down the street in Cozumel, and this boy, he was sitting there, and he called out to me, Kevin, wear that. You can't do it. Folks, I think I broke Jake.
Absolutely ridiculous that's even a hat, and second, let you own it.
Can you believe I found that?
Yes, I can. I honestly thought you would, you went and made it, and then I thought it was going to say Hughes Sports Podcast in the corner rather than Two Can Do It.
Two can do it. Okay, where were we?
We were at the start of the gold medal game for the Olympics.
Yes. So wake up early.
Wake up early. My nerves were already out of whack because I didn't get home until midnight. I didn't fall asleep until close to 2. 1:32-ish. So I'm on about 4 hours of sleep. I wake up literally 10 minutes before the game because I have multiple alarms set to wake myself up. Wake up 10 minutes before the game, get coffee, sit my ass on the couch. And I don't think Trent is right. And I also don't think that I've had that much. I talk about the nervous energy that I had during the Finnish game.
Yeah.
I haven't had the hype and concern I had for this game. This was the anxious energy where I felt like I needed to pace and move around and scream to just get through them coming onto the ice.
So, of course, I'm in Galveston, and I'm thinking, you know what? There's a pub just down the road here, and they're opening up early. And I could go to the pub and watch the game and maybe have a drink or two and enjoy myself. And a little voice in my head. I rely on my voices because a lot of times they make sense. And this voice made sense. This voice said, dude, you're in Texas. They carry. And I went, good point. I'm staying here.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad ideas you've had in your life. Finding out that you even considered going to a bar to watch a game in Texas, probably one of your worst.
I didn't though. I stayed in the condo.
You did, yes. 6 minutes into this game, Cale Makar, supposedly the best defenseman in the world. I disagree. Still claim it's Quinn Hughes.
Pretty damn good.
Oh, don't get me. I think he's an excellent number 2 in the world.
Yeah,
but I think he's number 2 in the world. Matt Boldy beats him and Taves cleanly through the center of the ice and scores a wicked goal. Instantly, my heart drops and says, "Great, we're gonna have to deal with now a already anxious team. Like there are already some big hits thrown. You could feel there was energy there behind the team. You didn't have the composure of a Sidney Crosby on the bench.
Nope.
You are now down 1. My biggest concern was that Tom Wilson or what are you laughing about? What? Yeah, correct. You are right, Trent. And it's probably a good thing you weren't with him because you would have convinced him to go.
Trent Lowe says, him and I would have gone together.
Trent Lowe commented in, for those who are just listening, that it's probably a bad idea, but it would have made for a hell of a story. The old man going to the bar in Galveston. But
okay, so
what did you think of the because we got scored on pretty early in the first.
Yeah.
I thought it very easily could have turned into shit show hockey.
Yeah.
Where we're just trying to run around and hit people. And we didn't. We controlled, even after that the goal in the 6-minute mark, we controlled the game.
Yeah.
I think we played the best game we played all tournament.
Yes.
And we're still down 1. Right? How are you feeling at the end of the first period?
I don't think I've walked as much in front of a TV as I did during that intermission. My plan, to be honest, was because it was an early game. What did we do Sunday? Oh, right. We were going out to Nassau. So my plan into intermission was to grab a shower and get ready. Yeah, that didn't happen. I literally paced and drank more coffee and paced and paced. It was not a fun 20 minutes.
No. Then we go into the second period. And I honestly don't remember this goal. That's how energetic I got after it. Like, I know it was off of a face-off.
Yeah.
Got pinched off at the wall. Taves comes down, pinches, feeds Makar, and Makar wires it somehow past Hellebuck.
No, not Makar.
Yeah. Makar scored that goal.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The two guys who got beat on the Boldy goal.
That's right. Yes.
Pull through to even the game up, which I think, like, you couldn't have written a more perfect story going into the second period. But again, we're controlling play. In my opinion, if Hellebuck was standing on his head in the first, he was out of this world in the second. And we'll come to the third where he had to pay. Well, let's just get into the third because not a lot happens in the third, except for the fact that apparently Hellebuck has decided to learn how to play and win in big moment games.
Insane.
He must have sacrificed his firstborn or something to the hockey gods.
I think he sold his soul.
Because not only did McKinnon, who I would want in that spot 99 out of 100 times, miss an empty net goal by just the puck ends up heeling off his stick and going just to an inch or two left. But the save, I don't even remember who it was on. Was it on Celebrini?
With the stick, took his stick backwards behind, he twisted and contorted in some kind of way.
And it catches the bottom, catches the bottom of the stick to make that save.
Oh,
it was Taves. It was Devin Taves.
Yes.
Because it was one of those. There's no chance he's going to miss this.
And sure enough, at least 4 times where I jumped thinking the puck was in the net.
Yeah, without a doubt. Like, I jumped up. My girlfriend she doesn't deal with stress well, so she's sitting at our dining room table painting to like ease her stress because it calms her down. And I see her look up a couple times because I yelled thinking it's gone in. Like, we get a double doink,
right?
Like, how there's so many ways that this game could have been 4 or 5 to 1.
And folks, yes, we're rational fans, but if you didn't watch the game, the Americans didn't have hardly any chances. Very few quality scoring chances. What was the shots on net at the end of the third?
At the end of the third, I don't know. At the end of in the third, there was 14-10. You're making me do math. They had the most shots in the third.
Yeah, I think
which
the
was
final
10
shots on net after 3 periods was something like 47-20 something.
Oh, I can tell you this. It's easy. Because they each had 1 shot on goal. They had 2 shots on goal in the overtime. So there was 26-40.
It's insane. Absolutely asinine how we didn't win this game. And
it's not a case of, well, shots don't indicate everything because there's a lot of time. No, like the time of possession, and I don't have it here in front of me because for some reason the Olympics doesn't have it, but time of possession had to be 70% Canada to US.
I'm going to say even higher, probably 75 or higher percent Canada. Like, we dominated the second and the third periods with, like, it was boys against men with a freaking, we were hellybucked.
Yeah.
That was the only word I could come up with, is we were hellybucked.
Sorry, fan of the show, Jeff McCleary, in the comments said the officials were obviously biased towards the U.S. I'm going to push back on this, and I don't normally do this. You are wrong.
Yes, well, Jeff wears a tinfoil hat, so he's always wrong. We will learn this. Jeff is 99% of the time, Jeff is wrong. Sorry, Jeff. Take your tinfoil hat off. It's okay. Breathe.
But they had 3 penalties. We had 2.
Yes. I mean,
one was a double minor.
Advantage. We had a 2-man advantage for a minute and a half. We didn't score.
That to be fair, I think that 2-man advantage killed our momentum at that point in the game.
Huge.
Like, we score a 9 minutes later, but I honestly think that if we had, I would have almost preferred a 4-minute power play rather than the 5-on-3.
Well, I said we need to score here. If we don't score here, we're done.
Yeah.
Luckily, we weren't done. We scored and it went into overtime. Can we talk about overtime? What are we doing? The most important hockey game in the world. I can say that. I'm going to repeat it. The most important hockey game in the world. And we're going to, I'm not going to swear, we're going to circus hockey? Come on. What kind of intelligent, deficient person sits in their ivory tower and goes, this is a good idea? Tell me 5-on-5 wasn't entertaining for 3 periods. And then you go to circus hockey.
Yeah. I get going to 3-on-3 in the quarter. I don't get it, but I understand the reasoning in the specifically in the
time limits, etc.
Especially in the quarters where you have to play games on the same day. Same with the semis, they play the games on the same day. I get that. I don't love it, but I get it.
But by the gold medal game? Come on.
Like, it's not hockey. And I would have said, we've talked about this not just in the world of the Olympics, but
I hate it. I hate it, period. I call it circus hockey. Doesn't matter if it's the first game of the season or game 82. God forbid. What are you going to do if in the Stanley Cup you're in game 7? Are you going to go to circus hockey?
No, they'll never do that in the NHL.
Right? That's the most R word I can ever say. And I'm not allowed to say the R word because I get in trouble. Jake, after the show, will yell at me for saying the R word.
But yeah, so we get into
deficient.
So we get into overtime, a minute 41 into overtime, playing circus hockey. In that minute 41, by the way, I want to point out, McDavid made a phenomenal play off of the opening faceoff. We lost the faceoff. He went in and literally just picked the pocket to gain possession.
Yeah.
We controlled for a little bit. He whiffed on not one, but 2 opportunities. Now, was he also trying to do it all himself? Yes.
Why?
Was he doing it all by himself? Because there's only 3 players on the ice.
Because you've got 2 other players. You pass that puck around until there's an opportunity. You don't just have 5 minutes. You have 20 minutes. There isn't a time limit on this.
Oh, no, Mister. Put 3 forwards up because your forwards go forward. Your defense play defense.
You have 3 people out there. You don't need to try to be the damn hero.
Yeah, okay.
And that's what happened.
Okay, so alternate history. He breaks through rather than getting the pucks on the first attempt. He cuts through all 3 of them. They all turn to go face him. He drops that puck back. We don't know he was trying to take the shot on the first attempt. He got the puck stripped from him before that puck gets taken. The second one, yes. I think the second one he was frustrated, came in and just whiffed on the puck, which ended up leading to the goal.
Well, and then even there was a line change, kind of, that didn't happen. And it was like these people didn't know how to play 3-on-3. Like, it was...
I honestly wonder if the stress of it, I mean, the fact that you had to play 3-on-3 in the quarters.
Yes.
You then had a nail biter down to the last 30 seconds that you might be playing 3-on-3 in the semis. Then you have all the pressure of the world where you're literally dominating a team. You should be up by 2 or 3, and you're frustrated.
It's insane.
I wonder if that pressure got to them in that intermission. I wonder if that intermission wasn't a full 18-minute intermission and was instead a scrape of the ice and we go. If that game result might be different.
Might be.
I don't think...
Can we just agree never to do 3-on-3 hockey again when it's an important game?
IHF has already doubled down on it. They've committed to playing 3-on-3 in 4 years.
It's just dumb. I know you're listening because we're that big. We're pretty big. You're listening. We know you're listening. You're the R word. You're a dumpty. No. What's the word? Numpty. You're the NHL hockey numpties. Get it together. 3-on-3 for the most important game in the world. Bringing the blood pressure down.
Let's talk about the next time we'll see Best on Best hockey real quickly because we've already gone half an hour on just the Olympics.
Jesus.
We'll be in 2028. It will be the World Cup.
Isn't it great we only have to wait 2 years?
Everything's kind of up in the air for how it's going to be put together.
Are we worried with the Crosby injury that could change things?
What do you mean? Oh, with the going into the 2030 Olympics?
Well, even the do they cancel the World Cup? I mean, GMs have their way. I'm stealing Rod's words, so I have to give him credit. I was on the Rod Show this morning, of course, every Thursday, Friday. You can see the old man or as he calls me, Kevin the Medium, on the Rod Peterson show. He said if GMs had their way, they wouldn't allow their players to go to the Olympics.
Of course.
Because this is what happens. Crosby's out for 4 weeks minimum.
I think the players have put enough pressure and have conceded a lot.
The players want to do it.
Yeah. My concern with the World Cup of Hockey is we know it's in February. They've already announced that in 2028. We don't know how the format's going to work. Yes. I hope and again, you credit Rod Peterson. I listen to Canucks Talk with Thomas Drance quite often and Jamie Dodd. Thomas Drance put this idea together. You have a tournament, a preseason tournament, that's your round robins. So you can have games in Europe. You can have games in North America. You have a preseason tournament for your round robin. And then in February, you have your semis, your quarter, semis, and finals.
Why can't you just do it the same way the Olympics do it?
Because if you do it this way, you could have, you do the semis and the finals. You could have a best of 3 finals. Oh. You could actually get the best of the best. You can play NHL hockey rules where, you might have won one game, but is that USA team going to, or is that Team Canada going to get hellebucked 2 out of 3 games?
Probably not.
I would go, they're not.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to push back on that as using your words. Tradition has it.
Ooh.
What?
Keep going.
It's one game for it all. Don't me. I know I spit on myself. What do you got? What do you got? What are you looking up now?
The inaugural World Cup of Hockey.
Well, yeah, that was when?
1996.
Exactly. I say we go best on best, one game wins it all.
I say you go best of 3 like you did in 1996, where it was a preseason tournament and you had games in Europe and you had games in North America. And then you had the finals be a 3-game finals. To me, it makes the most sense. Why wouldn't you want to extend this? Could you imagine? Okay, game 1 goes to USA.
Wait, the thing with doing a preseason, when would you hold those games?
Here, I'm just looking, again, I'm using 96 as a template. They had them at the beginning of September.
So you're going to have to declare your lineup for the team prior to the season starting.
Yeah.
So let's say you do that and you come off a season where EP40 is playing like a god.
Yep.
And then he starts in September and he absolutely sucks.
Okay, so you have training camps? You have camps. What happens if you have
camps? What are you talking about?
I don't understand what happens if.
So the previous season, EP40 lights it up. He scores 40 goals. Let's say 50 goals. Okay. So Sweden takes them.
Okay.
Names them to their team.
Just like they did for the 4 Nations.
Yep. Right. So then let me finish. You play the preseason tournament, as you call it, or whatever you want, a round robin.
Yep.
And then you start the NHL season in September.
Yep.
And September, October, November, December, January. You have 5 months, right? Before the World Cup would start.
Yep.
EP40 sucks.
Then you will, in my opinion, then you allow a certain amount of roster changes going into the finals, when the tournament starts.
See, yeah.
The team this year for Canada in the World Juniors punched themselves a ticket to a specific group for the World Juniors next year. That team is completely different. The team that gets relegated this year from the World Juniors, and I don't remember who it is, isn't the team that's going to be playing in next year's World Juniors, but they have to decide, they have to live with what they got relegated. They now have to go and win that pool to get advanced back up. It's not like it's unprecedented, and I understand it. It's not a normal North American style tournament.
Yeah, and how much viewing are you going to get in the beginning, and then there's going to be a 5-month delay to play the playoffs?
And you build up all of these rivalries, and because it's through the NHL, you're building up these stories, and then because of your partnership with Amazon, you now have 5 months where you're following these guys around with documentary.
And they could be teammates, though.
Yeah. Oh, God forbid. That's terrible.
Jesus, I don't like this. I say keep it the Olympic style. You and that other guy have been smoking way too much crack. It's that mustache. It's that 70s porn stash that you got growing.
It's called style. I'm sorry you don't have any. Mr. Mr. Same haircut for the last 50 years?
That's not true.
Oh, sorry. You slightly changed it. You now no longer get flat top. You just get flip.
This one's only been 20 years like this.
Only 20 years.
No, it's not even that. I had a flat top when we first moved to Airdrie. I had that for the first 5 or 6 years.
All you've done is gone to a lower maintenance flat top. I don't know what you want from me here. You've gone from a flat top to I don't want to go get my haircut every single week.
I literally was having anxiety this afternoon when I went to get my haircut.
Why? So much gray coming through now?
No, I had to go to a new barber, and
oh God.
I'll tell you about it off air, okay? I can't do it on air. I'll tell you off air.
You're ridiculous. But beyond that, let's talk about the Canucks, because we got some news right before the game last night against the Winnipeg Jets, in which the Canucks lose in overtime, which I'm perfectly
damn them. What are they doing getting a point?
They've got big enough cushion. I think they could lose in overtime for the rest of the season.
Don't you put it out in the universe.
I think it's fine. But Tyler Myers, commonly affectionately referred to as Chaos Giraffe,
was held out of the game. No, there's no affection.
Was held out of the lineup for roster management reasons.
Yes.
He does have a full no movement clause, so he can decide if a trade's going to happen. What have you been hearing about?
I spent the whole day just going down rabbit hole after rabbit hole after rabbit hole, and nobody is talking, which is so bizarre. Like, I've heard Detroit, I've heard Boston, somebody threw out Edmonton as potential suitors. Obviously, it had to be a pretty damn good deal if the Canucks put it to him. Now, the reason this has been extended, folks, is Tyler Myers has a no trade clause. Period. End of story. He has to agree to the trade. It's not a 12-team or anything like that. We know that Tyler Myers is a big family guy. That's number one for him. Hockey is second. And his son, I think it's his son. One of his kids.
One of his kids, yeah.
One of his kids has some kind of a medical condition, and he's being treated by a doctor in Vancouver. And Tyler has talked about it. So they were not talking out of school. And his big fear is not getting that same treatment or the care. He could get the same treatment, but not the same care that he's getting in Vancouver. It would have to be a pretty sweet deal for Tyler to agree to the trade. The issue is, come July 1st for next year, he moves out of that no trade clause to a 12-team trade clause, which means he has to give the Canucks 12 teams, and those are the only teams that he'll be traded to.
Yeah.
So it's been 48 hours now. No, 24 hours now.
24.
And he took the warm-up last night. He was fully dressed, ready to go.
He took the warm-up. Did you see videos of it at all?
Yeah.
Where he went over to his family, kind of did the knuckles, and it felt very much like a final twirl with the boys. The last time with the Canucks jersey on.
Well, and knowing that we saw it after the fact, so knowing what we knew, we could read more into it.
Yeah.
How long do they give him? Is there a deadline? Nobody's really talked about a deadline.
So
I've 48 hours, make a decision.
What I've heard is the one of the offers that they've presented is to go to Detroit.
Yes.
The supposed return is at least a second rounder. I think, and I hope, Tyler Myers turns it down.
You know what? I love him as my whipping boy. Yep. I say F Myers more times during a game. Poor Angela thinks the guy's name is effing. And then his last name is Myers because that's what I always say. I hope he does too. Just for the fact of the story behind it.
See, the story to me is great. This goes back to is Alvin and Rutherford the guys who should be driving this ship? Because I don't think it is. Because if you're holding him out, to me, that should be a conversation that has already happened with Tyler. That should be a, hey, this is what we're talking about. We want to make sure you're involved in the loop, which for all we know, he has been. It needs time for the deal to be done or I's and T's to be crossed.
And it could have been they presented to him just before, because it might have just come in just before game time. And they presented it to him and say, hey, look, we're going to hold you out because here's an offer.
Yes.
We don't
to me, that's the wrong veteran defenseman to be keeping. Is my thought process. Yes, the story is great. He's a guy who's.
Hold it. You're confusing me.
I want to. Your whole thing, like the story with his daughter, is fantastic. Played his juniors in for Kelowna. Lives in Kelowna during the off season. He's basically a BC boy now. He's the type of guy who, and we've talked about it here before, where I could very easily see him the day he retires, moves into player management, like the same day.
But you just said he's not the type of defenseman we should keep.
No, he's not the one who should be moving. Sorry, I might have misspoke.
Yes,
he's not the type of defenseman we should be moving.
Okay.
He's the type of defenseman that you keep around during a rebuild. He's a guy who wears a letter, is well respected, not just in the locker room, but around the league. There's a reason why there's interest in him.
Are you saying this because you're biased?
No. It's because
I think you're being influenced unfairly, Jake. I think there's backroom influences on Jake making these statements, folks. I'm just saying.
No.
Hold the phone. Hold. D, I know you're listening. Carry on.
I think that trading a defenseman that could be a mentor to a Wielander, a Mancini, all these young guys that we've got coming up, EPD, is a mistake. He deals with media well. He's the type of leader that you want your next captain to be. The rumor around Vancouver is that Phil Hronek is being considered as the captain for the next captain for the organization.
Has
the face you made there is the reason why
Has he ever done an interview?
This is the reason why I don't believe that this organization, being led by Jim Rutherford and Patrick Alvin, should be the ones to lead us through this rebuild. Because if you're even considering trading Tyler Myers for a second, what could you get for a right shot defenseman who's way better, way younger, and is playing top line minutes right now?
True story. I cannot argue with that. That's just...
So why are we looking to trade Tyler Myers, even having this conversation, but yet the only untouchable on the team right now, according to Jim Rutherford, is Phil Hronek. He's not going to be around he's not going to be the same player he is when we're going to be fighting.
No.
However, there's now reports that we know we're not going to be where we need to be, but our goal should be a playoff team next year.
And see, that goes back to what I talked about on the Rod Peterson show this morning. Nothing will change with this Canuck team until it's sold. You can do all the changes down here when at the top is toxic.
Yep.
And the top, I'm talking about ownership and management. They're all in cahoots now. It's, yeah, I didn't want to talk about it. It just pisses me off so much.
Like, and I want to share here. Here's the actual quote. That's the button. Here's the actual quote. Rutherford, I don't know if we advance enough that we can compete for a playoff next season, but that should be our goal coming out of training camp.
What kind of drugs is he smoking in the morning?
This is again, we were all on board for a rebuild. If you're going to rebuild, if this is going to be another, okay, well, we've got 4 draft picks in the top 3 in the first 3 rounds. Let's trade 3 of them so we can get a player that can help us win now. Well, then what the fuck are we doing?
I don't get it. I just don't understand. Like, one week we're talking rebuild, the next week we're going to make the playoffs next year. We're not making the playoffs next year. Even me, the most optimistic hockey fan that's ever been invented, knows we're not going to make the playoffs next year. Come on, people.
It's absolutely insane.
Wow. Sad.
Anything else you want to talk about in the world?
No, you pretty much destroyed me now. Thanks.
Well, talking about, you know what? That's actually a perfect segue. Talking about destroying. Let's talk about the UFL and their interesting rule changes this year. Because and when you said rule changes, I went, okay, what are you talking about? I've been at work all day.
Do you have them up?
I have them up.
Okay,
okay. So
I will never bug the CFL ever again, folks. I love my CFL.
So it's according to the UFL, this is to turbocharge offenses as it prepares for its 2026 season.
Turbocharge, folks. Turbocharge.
You can now. I just have an article here, so I don't have like anything visual, but it will award 4 points. That's right, 4 points for any field goal of at least 60 yards.
Hold it. How far?
60 yards.
60. Thank you.
Yeah.
Folks, 60-yard field goals are worth 4 points.
I understand the premise of what they're trying to do. It's like, it gets
better, folks. No, it gets better when we talk about the punting.
No, we'll do one thing at a time here before we talk about the changes as a whole. I'm sure when the ABA introduced the 3-point line in basketball, I'm sure that's exactly what people said, though.
I guess so. They got the 3 points in basketball.
I don't hate it. I think setting it at 60 yards is fucking hilarious.
It's funny.
Like,
next part is even better.
But if we start seeing a 60-yard field goal, try more often. Even if you get 2% of them, it's better than... Oh, wait, you can't punt anymore, can you? No, sorry. The second rule change is they've banned most punts inside of the opponent's 50-yard line.
So if you cross center, you're not allowed to punt. You have to try a field goal.
However, there's one exception. Punts inside the 50 are allowed after the 2-minute warning in either half.
Yes. 2-minute warning means a big difference here, folks. Now let's talk about extra points.
Oh, I haven't even seen that. Okay, so it changed its option for points after touchdowns. The 2-point conversion will now align with the NFL, placing it at the 2-yard line. Teams will also have the new option to kick for 1 point from the 33-yard line, or go for a 3-point conversion from the 8-yard line. I don't hate that.
Okay, you've heard me refer to 3-on-3 hockey as circus hockey. We now have the complete reversal, and it's circus football during the whole entire game.
I don't hate that.
Stop. Oh.
I don't hate that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not shitting on that. What are you talking about? I don't hate that.
I mean, you can score 9 points on a touchdown.
I'm sure when they introduced the two, but like, you got to remember, like, anytime there's rule changes, there's going to be pushback. I think the not allowing teams to punt is ridiculous, but that's beside the point. I don't hate it. They're a struggling league. They need to do something to create headlines, and look, we're talking about them.
No, I'm laughing at them.
But we're talking about them.
Because apparently Rod and I are going to do pick'ems for the UFL this year.
One of the big things that I think NFL fans are upset about is they banned the Tush Push, which is already banned in the CFL.
I don't want anybody pushing my tush.
You're not allowed, like, in the CFL, or in any Canadian rules football, you're not allowed to push the ball carrier. You're allowed to push the pile. You're not allowed to push the ball carrier.
Exactly.
Which is exactly what the UFL is aligned with. Wait, the UFL is aligning with some things that the CFL is doing? Maybe in 9 years we'll have a 3-point conversion after a touchdown. I don't know why you hate it so much.
It's the whole 4-point field goal, 3-point convert. What are they doing? Come on. You can't like this. You're just saying you like it to try to drive me crazy. Yes,
no, I'm not like the no punt. No, because if I was really trying to drive you nuts, I'd find a reason to make the no punting thing make sense. That I can't defend.
I think the whole thing's ridiculous.
Why? Other than it's different, what's wrong with it?
It's dumb. You're gonna give someone 4 points for kicking a 60-yard field goal. How many 60-yard field goals have been kicked in the last 10 years?
Well, last year there was 13 of them in the NFL. 16. 16 of 37 attempts last year.
Stop. In the UFL.
I'm sure I can find that out.
Jesus. It's ridiculous. And he tries to defend it. Folks,
look, I'm not trying to defend it.
I have to do what I do.
What, be a grumpy old man? You are the epitome of grumpy old men now. Like you are. They're changing a league I don't even watch. I don't like it. I don't even watch a UFL. I hate it. They're changing a game I don't even watch.
No, I'm not upset about it whatsoever. I'm laughing because I think it's freaking hilarious. They figure this will turbocharge their offense. That's what you said.
Look, I mean, the commissioner of the CFL said that moving the goalposts back is going to end up in more touchdowns.
And what do we call him?
Sorry, I'm reading an article here saying that the NFL should follow the UFL's league.
Oh my God. People are just...
To be fair, the NFL has a precedence of following the UFL/XFL.
They try it out in the UFL. That's the idea.
Right? Like the kickoff format, which I think the CFL honestly should take a look at implementing, is from the XFL.
Well, yeah.
Right? So, again, I'm not saying it's gonna make sense, because if they have 0 attempts this year on those long field goals, then there's no point in it being a rule.
Yes.
But I think, like, again, I'm trying to get in the mind of the rule committee here with the punting thing.
See, you would be able to do that. You'd be closer to get into the mind of someone who says we'll give 4 points for a 60-yard field goal because it's all the drugs you do.
No,
I can't do that because I'm sane. Jeepers creepers, child.
So I think I can do it because I understand that things change and evolve.
We'll put the ball at the 8-yard line. Pass.
But what?
Like, we'll give them 4 points. No, 3, 4. What are we doing again? Oh, it's 3 points.
But why not try things? If you're a struggling league to get viewers, why not try things?
Sure.
You know who's in the news more this week?
How about make your field wider?
But no. But
add a player.
When does the UFL season start?
Huh?
When does the UFL season start?
Soon. They're already in training camp, I think.
February. They're past train. Like I'm just looking. Oh, that's 2025. I want 2026.
I think it's coming pretty quick.
March 27th is the opening game.
Yeah.
So they've again announced these rule changes, which I'm assuming the league's known for a while.
Yeah.
People are talking about it. People not just like us, but Rod Peterson's talking about it, and he now wants to do pick'em during the UFL season.
No. We were talking about doing pick'ems before the rule changes came in.
Fair. But you know what they're doing that the CFL never does? They're building momentum, and people are talking about them.
Did I send you the bag of chips?
You did. Well, you didn't send me a bag of chips. You sent me a picture of a bag of chips.
Yeah,
two very different things. No, two very different things in my world. And don't make me think, did you send me a bag of chips?
See?
Because that's just hurtful.
See, folks, I'm going to lean in and talk closely. That's the effect. Did you get the picture of the bag of chips?
Yes, I did get the picture.
How cool was that? Folks, I can't remember the name of the company, but go and look it up.
Hard Bites.
Hard Bites chips in BC. They're out in Surrey, BC, and they have an endorsement deal with Nathan Rourke and the BC Lions. Nathan's on the front package of their chips.
I want to say they did this before.
Oh, probably years ago.
No. CFL sponsorship. I want to say they did a Saskatchewan one.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me if Saskatchewan had something.
Yeah. That's why I laughed. I was like, oh, is it like, because you're in Saskatchewan? I was like, oh, it's probably only in Saskatchewan stores, even though it's a BC branded.
Yeah, no, it's in BC. What I said is every team should be jumping on board with this and ordering these chips to sell in stadium. How are you nuts? Like, come on. Put the quarterback on every freaking package across the provinces.
Yeah, and literally have each one different colors based off, like, to me,
yes.
you've got the green for Saskatchewan, you've got sour cream and onion. You've got BC Lions, I believe they were like a barbecue flavored one. You could have a hot or a ketchup for Calgary.
Yep.
Edmonton, they'll get whatever dregs are left.
Dill pickle.
Dill pickle. There we go. Green. You got Winnipeg that you could do like an all dressed chip.
Is it blue? Or just
most of the time? Blue? Most of the time it's blue. in my brain. Like when I think of all dressed Old Dutch, I think of the blue stripe across the bag written in red. So, then you've got Montreal. You could do some poutine flavored chip.
Yeah, like there's so much you could do across.
And you don't like you could just put all the players. Make it a collectible. If you find a way to make it a collectible where you've got a Rourke, pick your defensive player and one specialty that's super rare.
Yes, I agree. I wholeheartily agree.
It's one of those things that it's not, again, it's marketing, but it's more than that.
Yes.
Anything else?
No, and no. Except the fact I want to shout out Twitter, because everybody dumps on Twitter and says how bad they are. I love Twitter and Twitter loves us. Right now we have 213 viewers watching on Twitter alone. And I had to look at it because I'm like, is that how many people just clicked on it? I'm like, no, there was 225 total views and we have 213 total viewers right now. So big shout out to everybody watching on Twitter, including Steven, Thyro, myself, and they have 210 more viewers, and I wish I could click on it so I could name you all, but I can't. But man, that's cool.
That is cool. But yeah, if you're not following us on Twitter or X or whatever that bloody site is going to be called or is called, you can do that. We're at HSP_pod. You can do the same on Facebook and also at HughesSports.ca, where I posted what would be kind of what my decisions would be if I was doing a fire sale for the Vancouver Canucks. I posted that a couple weeks ago. If you have any article ideas, things that you want to hear an idiot fan who has some irrational takes, leave a comment on this episode of what you want to see, because I'd love to hear what you guys want to hear, whether it's in the world of CFL, hockey, anything like that. Because if you guys are interested in hearing things, I will write it for you. I just don't know what people are interested in because I only read what I'm interested in. And I don't always know if that translates to other people because sometimes I get way in the weeds of things. Yeah. Literally, I wrote an entire article at one point and I looked at it and said, this is confusing even for me. I'm literally deleting it all and restarting.
Isn't this cool? We thought, how are we going to fill an hour?
And I didn't think that. I knew we had an hour and a half worth of content just in the Olympics.
Yeah, we probably did.
To be fair, when you wrote, what are we talking about today? And you never did mention the Olympics. I figured that you had forgotten about it because it's been 4 days and your old man memory only lasts 2.5.
Thank you. Pretty much.
You're welcome.
Pretty much. Till next week, folks.
Have yourselves a wonderful week, and we'll see you back here Wednesday next week. We'll be back on our regular Wednesday night live. Don't give me that fucking look.
We'll talk after.
Okay, well, stay tuned to our socials because apparently old man might be changed that. Have a good one.